The torn and restored card is traditionally a knuckle-busting piece of sleight of hand. Well, not anymore. With this version, you'll receive a beautiful handmade gimmick that will allow you to perform this stunning restoration with ease and elegant simplicity. This is Torn and Restored Card. Order now at changingcards.com.
It's such a pleasure to welcome back to the live the second time in quite a short space of time. It's Richard Young. Hello, Richard. How are you?
Hey, I'm great, Jason. How you doing, man? Great to be here again.
All good. It's great to see you. Looking well. Right, so we've got your Torn and Restored changing cards in. Well, Torn and Restored cards in, which we're really excited about. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the effect? The guys have hopefully just seen the trailer, so that will take them through some of that.
Yeah, so it's like those of you who remember changing cards from last year that we launched. It's another Bob Swaddling classic that we've revisited. Bob started selling it in 1994. It hasn't been available for a long time. And if I thought changing cards were hard to make, my goodness, I've had my work cut out with this. This is a whole nother level of difficulty. Yeah, as you can see from the trailer, and I promise you the trailer's accurate. You know, it's a very visual, instant restoration at your fingertips. It's pretty easy to do. There's not a lot of practice required. Yeah, a bit. There's a few tiny angle things, but you know, nothing to worry about too much really. So Bob's version that he released in the mid '90s was it was fantastic, and I had it as a kid. And you know, I'm aware a lot of magicians will remember it, and there'll be some here obviously too young and don't. And you know, you could do it in the real world. That was the thing. You could go out there, and there's some very well-known magicians who did it at, you know, at tables and stuff like that. There was a couple of tiny little moments in it though that in the real world will fly past. You know, it's like when you're performing for people. There's lots of distractions anyway. Yeah. And so when you have to do the odd little, you know, palm the card away to put it in your wallet, whatever, it flies past. And so it's got two moments that at the moment that, you know, in the real world they're fine, they'll fly past. But of course, since 1994, the world has changed, and a lot of people now want to do this as we are now on their virtual show, or they want to do it on TikTok or Instagram. And those two little moments, they when we started looking at this project several months ago, we realized that they don't fly by on a camera very well. Yeah. So I brought in Harry De Cruz, who worked on the Changing Cards project, and he gets on very well with Bob, and they kind of work through me because Bob's in Florida and Harry's in London, and they kind of set to work on getting rid of these two moments. And after a long period of time, they've done it. And so what you now receive with this is you get Bob's original handling from 1994 that's incredibly practical, very easy to do, and you know, you'll be able to do it in 5 minutes straight out the box. But you also get a second version, the new version, which is Bob and Harry's kind of reinvention of it, which gets rid of the two moments. And it's also very easy to do. It just requires a little bit of setup. We provide you with everything you need, and we go through a very detailed HD video tutorial. You know, we do lots of close-ups and things so you can follow it. Once you've done it once, you're kind of, you know, your reset's then going to be 10 seconds. And it has a lot in common with the Torn and Restored newspaper. I won't say any more, but if you've ever loved playing around with the Torn and Restored newspaper, or perhaps you're a magician now who goes, can't really do that anymore, it's a bit old school, who's got newspapers? Well, this is brilliant. You know, this is the modern kind of adaptation of it in terms of it being, you know, proper cool. It's a card, you know, you can do all your cuts and slides because it can live in the deck. It's a thick card, obviously, but it can live in the deck. And then you can pull it out and do this very clean, you know, now new version where it's literally you hold the card, tear it into four, show the pieces individually that really is torn. They really are individual pieces, put them back, and whenever you want, bang, the whole thing goes back together at your fingertips. And it's great fun to play with, and we're really proud of it. This new version that I think people who remember it from 25 years ago, well, I know this already because a few people have already got them, have said, oh wow, this is great, you know, this thing that they've added to this old idea. So yeah, it's and also just great fun to play with, and I've handmade them all myself again. There's no third party. I haven't hired anyone in the Far East or anything to make these for me. These are all handmade by myself. They take, I don't mind telling you actually, Jason, yeah, they take an awful long time to make. Like I'm at the moment, I'm making about 6 to 7 a day, and I'm working flat out all day. And it's because they've got Bob's name on. It's very important to me that they're a high standard, you know.
Yeah, well, we'd expect nothing less from you. The changing cards, the original changing cards. I don't think we had any returned to us. Especially if one was returned, it certainly wasn't because of the quality of the thing. It might have been maybe somebody changed their mind about something, but it was never a case that, oh, it's broken. We never got people calling up, which to me was a really impressive thing when you consider all of the other flap cards on the market. You've got to be able to have something that you can replace and things like that. So the longevity of it was really good. Touching on what you said about Harry and Bob's version, it is brilliant for social media. If you're doing Zoom shows or, like you say, TikTok, it looks so good. The thing that I loved was the guy criticizing the trailer on YouTube, saying that you'd cut bits out because it looked so good, and it really does look good.
You've got to be proud of that. Yeah, when a magician's natural thing is you have cut stuff out of this. We haven't, I promise you. What you see in the trailer, you will be able to do, and you've got my personal guarantee. And yeah, I know you guys trust PropDog, and it's a credit. It goes all the way back. It's a credit to Bob. It's Bob's eye for detail. You know, his just, he wants it to be right, and that's why Swaddling Magic back in the day had such a great reputation. Was because it was Bob and Val sat making all these things. Making sure that every single one was perfect and was going to work. And it was because, you know, this was before, you know, social media and all that. They would go to Blackpool, and that was their big launch. And they knew that people would buy them on the Friday, and they'd go and open them Friday night. And if people liked it, the word would spread through the convention over the weekend that you've got to get this thing from that stand over there. It's terrific. So, you know, they paint over every single one, and they've held me to account with a few things. I'll tell you, actually, this again, I mean, at the time it was difficult, but looking back again, it's a credit to Bob and Val. We shot the tutorial for this torn restored card, and Bob wasn't happy with it. He felt we'd missed some very important details out, and they were details. And I showed it to a couple of friends, and they went, "Oh, I knew what you meant," sort of thing. Yeah. And I just sort of slept on it and went, no, like, that was not why we ever did this. And so at great expense last week, we went back and reshot the entire tutorial again, got everybody back, hired the studio again, hired all the cameras again. And so the tutorial that you'll watch was shot on a different day to the trailer. Right. Because, you know, it's very important to me that Bob and Val are happy with it, because it's still got their name attached to it. You know, the Magic Cafe forum, the green forum, it popped up on there last week in the latest and greatest column. People were talking about it. It was when you guys added it to your website, actually, people picked up on it. Yeah. And sure enough, you know, there's youngsters coming on going, well, this looks, you know, too good to be true. And I didn't have to say anything. There was Bob's old customers came on and went, no, this is legit. I used to have one of these. it looks just like that. You'll be able to do it like that. And so, you know, it was great. I don't even have to step in and order you guys sometimes, because Bob's got all these customers from 25 years ago who remember, you know, the quality of his products.
Yeah, he's got the loyalty, hasn't he? He's got the loyalty factor, which is very much something that we sort of strive to attain at PropDog. And hopefully, you know, if you're watching the Friday Live now, that you're probably part of that.
I'll show you the idea with it, right? You wouldn't think this is going to work, but I'll show it as a routine. So, Jason, you're going to be the first person I've ever done a Zoom magic trick to. They're all different. I'll give them a quick shuffle here, and you're going to choose a card through the screen. Best way to do that, I'll just riffle down the edge whenever you like. Just say stop.
Stop.
There. And I'll put this out of the way. And can you see the card there? I'm not looking.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Got it? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it back in the deck. Okay. Hopefully that's all fair. Behind me the whole time, the yellow envelope, there has been a prediction in full view. I believe, Jason, this is your card inside the envelope here. Let's have a little look. And there it is, the 8 of clubs.
No.
The 8 of clubs, Jason. That must be your card, right?
No, it was Queen of Diamonds.
Oh, okay. Right, forget it then. Don't worry. It really wasn't the 8.
No.
Oh, well, the whole thing's a bit of a mess then, isn't it? Right. Well, we're going to have to try and get ourselves out of this. We've got all individual pieces. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to have to ask you, Jason, is tell me for the first one, what was your card?
It was the Queen of Diamonds.
The Queen of Diamonds. Watch the pieces very carefully. In an instant, at my fingertips, the card restores into your card the Queen of Diamonds.
It is great, isn't it? I tell you what, there isn't going to be much magic that I'm going to take to school to show these kids. I mean, they all know me as JCH and doing my kids' parties, but that is something that is so... I saw Alex do it on the live last week, and I honestly had no idea how, even seeing it work now, how it does what it does in such a small space of time is incredible. And I think it really is a reputation maker. And the fact you can do it in the real world is awesome. Really, really good.
That, by the way, the handling I just used then, by the way, should be clear. That is Bob's original handling. So that's not the new version.
Yeah.
So you may have noticed the couple of the little things I had to do there before the restoration. And the new version that we teach does not have that included. But for speed and just doing it here now, I've used Bob's original handling. So yeah, what a great idea, isn't it? To restore a card into a different card that was previously forced.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I don't know if it works, if I'm being honest, but
well, like I said to you earlier, it's almost too much to compute. The fact that the pieces seem to jump together, and the brilliant thing is the fact you've got a black prediction that turns into a red finished card. Which is, I don't know if that's by design, I'm assuming it is, but it's so nice to have that contrast in colour as well as the final reveal. It really is a, oh my God, kind of moment, which is great. Brilliant, Richard. Well, thanks so much for talking to us. It's a pleasure as always, and good luck with it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your support as always. Cheers.